Designed to be different, Kedleston Hall was built as a show palace to house an extensive collection of art, paintings and furnishings in the late 18th century. Today, a new artwork is on show. Created by the artist Susie MacMurray, Promenade is a striking yet fragile piece of contemporary art, encouraging the visitor to reconnect with Kedleston's rich past of wealth and travel.
The piece I'm making here is called Promenade, and it really responds to the whole idea of what Kedleston was originally, which was a show palace, and people came here to look and see and be seen. They promenaded round this building looking at all the things that the Curzon family had amassed and were showing off. In a way, that's what I'm trying to make them do. They're walking round, looking at each other and looking at the work. I make drawing and I make sculpture, but I do a lot of responding to sights and space. So I'll work with historic spaces, places with stories, and what I try to do is kind of connect up the story of maybe the family or the people or something to do with the people who built the house with the actual site, and kind of connect it up with the materials that are used in the place. I'm really pleased with how it's working with the light and the space. And it's interesting because we're getting lots of comments already, different ideas of what it reminds people of and what it brings up in them. So that's good. I'm really pleased with that. You have to give it just the right tension so that you don't lose the give, but that it's still there. And every now and then we get a break.
Who's got the end?
Somebody has to hold the end and find where it broke. We have to tie a knot by one of the pillars so that the knot doesn't show on one of the long strands.
Now we've got to try and keep an eye on the heights of them, because they can quite easily escalate on one side, and then obviously it's quite difficult to adjust afterwards.
You kind of get in a little zone in these folds that you're working in and just try and concentrate on not going around the wrong way or something.
The gold thread that I'm using is a reference to the gold peacock dress that was worn by Lady Curzon when her husband was the Viceroy to India. And she had this amazing dress made by craftsmen in India, and then it was taken to Paris and made into this beautiful dress at the House of Worth.
You have to look into the mind of the artist, and this represents not only the peacock dress, but the golden haze represents the gold of the family, the wealth of the family.
It's making people more aware of the space, light and the way it reflects and things.
It will make you shift your perspective, and that, I hope, will make you sort of think about the way you look at things and the way you see people through the work. They'll see the Robert Adam architecture through the work, they'll see the work. The light is going to change in here. So I'm very much hoping that people will sort of wander around the work, they'll sort of explore the nooks and crannies, they'll bend down, they'll look up, they'll look down, and really actually, you know, feel the confidence to enjoy being in the work.
Every time when you come in and you see it in the different lights, that's what's so amazing, is the light changing on it and reflections and things.
It enhances the space, and I think it's a great pity that it won't be here for longer than it is.
You hope that you find something extraordinary when you're not making a piece of art to tell people something, you're making a piece of art almost to say, look what I found, what do you think, what does this conjure up in you?